Good morning, guys. How you all going? I hope you're all doing well. Just finished making myself a cup of coffee. I'm going to hop into the car and I'm hop out again today. Today's a day for the young ferrets. I've got all the young guns. I've got the general. I'm taking Ragnar out today for the first time to see if he's going to be good enough to breed with this year. For those who follow my YouTube, you'll have heard me talk about Ragnar. He's a polecat buck that I want to use to breed this year, to introduce some polecat into my black-eyed white line. If you didn't know, black-eyed whites, after they've been bred for successive generations, usually after the 4th or 5th generation, if you keep breeding black-eyed white to black-eyed white, they can be susceptible to deafness. And if you put a polecat into the line, it helps to avoid that situation. So, you know, there's a lot of people out there with deaf ferrets and they don't even know it. But I'm aware of the problem in ferrets, so that's what I do. Every 3rd generation I introduce some polecat into the line. So one of my mates sourced Ragnar for me after a discussion about what I was looking for, and he's going out today to get tested, to start to have a look, and he'll get a a good shot at it, to make sure that he's got all the traits and the prey drive that I'm looking for before I introduce him into the line. If he doesn't have what I'm looking for, if he's not quite right, then I'll move him on. But I think he'll be good. He's got all of the right traits. And look, I've had a lot of ferrets, and I'll be surprised if he doesn't work from day one. Let's just say that. Sun's just coming up. Coffee's in hand, and I'm just about out of here. Yeah, so I've got the general as well, and also if you've been following me on YouTube, you'll know that I said that this year I'll be trying some cut bucks for the first time, and so far so good. I've always used gills and I've always been a gill man, but this year one of my mates has been saying try to cut bucks, and there's pros and cons to both, but so far so good. Wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be so far, but I've got so what have I got out there now? 3 other bucks, young bucks, that I've kept this year, and they're going to be castrated in about a fortnight, and then as soon as they're 6 months old or thereabouts, they'll be getting taken out and they'll be used all this season. So I'll have 4 cut bucks running. So we'll get to have a good look and see what they're really all about, and I'll be able to make an informed decision then, won't I, about how good they are. But they will come in handy in breeding season. Once this breeding season starts and the gills are laid up, the cut bucks will come into their own then, and they'll be very, very handy at that time of year, that's for sure. No question. How many we can catch and how many they kill on the ground, that's yet to remain to be seen. I have been using the general. He's quite large. Well, he's a little bit bigger than I'd like him to be, and he's not killing any more than the other gills at the moment. When I first started using him, he was killing a few more, but he's settled back a little bit now. I don't know whether that's just good luck, but anyway, time will tell, won't it? That's what we're up to today. I'm just shooting out to a few burrows today where if they get stuck, I'm going to be able to dig them out. So I'll probably put the trackers on the ferrets. Excuse me, I'm just drinking the coffee. I'll probably put the trackers on the ferrets because I really don't want to lose Ragnar. Like I said, I got him to introduce polecat into the line. So I'm taking them to some burrows where if they do get... Oh, shivers just reminded me, I better grab a shovel. No point trying to dig them out without a shovel, is it? So I'll have to turn around and go back. Yeah, so these burrows where I'm going to, they don't hold many rabbits, but they're easy to dig, and they're reasonably small for Ragnar's first time. There's a couple of smaller burrows there that I'll introduce him to. I will work him with a slightly more experienced ferret. In Jess and Tess, I'll work it with him, and in general's going pretty good now too, and he's only been out, you know, a handful of times now, or a little bit more than that. But he's going along okay. Like even at this stage, I'm reasonably confident in his working ability. He knows what it's about already, the general, and when you put him in a burrow, he knows already what he's there for. He's under no illusion about this is playtime or this is hunting time. He just starts hunting because he already knows. So it's going good. But anyway, fingers crossed, Ragnar turns out to be what I expect him to be. But I'll be really surprised if he doesn't work today from day one. I'd be shocked. I've had a few ferrets before, and he's like plenty of them. He looks like he's got the right stuff. But anyway, he'll be tested today. Alright guys, I just got to shoot back to my place, pick up the shovel that I've forgotten, because I don't dig all that much, and then I'll get out there and I'll give you a bit of a look around them. We'll get a few nets down, probably use a few purse nets. I've only brought one small long net. I'm not anticipating to be using that at all, but I will carry it just in case. There is one or two burrows where I could set it up. But you know, the object today is just throw down a few purse nets. I'm not even going to cover all the holes. The main thing is to see how Ragnar's going to get, and give these younger ferrets a little bit more experience. All of the ferrets I've got today, the 4 that I've got, are the youngest ferrets that I've got, bar the ones that the kits that I'm keeping, which are far too young to be used in my opinion. Some people would use them now, but not me. I'll wait till they're round about 6 months old. Ragnar's probably a little bit less than that, but he's hard. I think he's mature enough, or I wouldn't be using him. That, and I'm a little bit anxious. Normally I'd wait a little bit longer, but I'm a little bit anxious to see if he's got the right stuff. So if he doesn't, I can replace him. I've got a little bit of time on my hands to look around and replace him, try and find something that I'm looking for. But I'll be like I said, I'll be very surprised if he doesn't perform. Alright guys, I'll get back to you soon. I'll just go grab this shovel, which is out the back, and then I'll get out there and get the camera back on. I didn't quite get to where I was going, but there is a burrow out here that I do every now and again, and I don't know if that's coming out on camera, but just up there's a couple of rabbits sitting on that burrow, and it is very sandy, and I'm thinking about, it's a perfect burrow to put Ragnar in, so I might actually get out and do that. We know there's rabbits at home. There's one. He's just moving now. I don't know if you can see him. Where's he going? Right, there he is. Right there. So he's just sitting. And there was one other one that I did see just sitting out. So he'll probably drop down. I might get out and actually... Oh, I can always come back to it. I might come back to that one, or I might go out to where, because it's still early, where I'm actually going. I want to make sure that there's a few rabbits there. Anyway, if not, that's a good one to come back and do. At least I know there's some in there, and if they get stuck in here, I'll be able to dig them out, because that's very sandy soil there. Most of the places that I know that you can dig, they don't hold many rabbits, because a lot of people do kangaroos. Right there. Yeah, most of the places that you can dig, normally they don't hold a lot of rabbits, because there's more kangaroos. Because people can get access to them pretty easily normally. It's not normally on the high sandy banks that are close to the road. The ones that I know that are easily dig. There is a farmer out here that I've got permission, and he's got a couple of burrows along this fence line that They've been empty for a while. I cleaned them out a while ago, but he's been ripping them, and can't see too many sitting over there at all. And this is the place where I'm going now. Isn't actually on private property. It's part of the state forest. But it's a beautiful spot in here. I was out here yesterday having a bit of a look around. There was a little bit of sign of rabbits where I'm going, so there should be, you know, a few there anyway. But it's a beautiful part of the country out here. The Murray River's about 1 kilometre or 2 down that way. And I was out here doing a bit of fishing yesterday. I didn't catch anything, but it was still beautiful to be sitting by the river. It's not always about catching the fish for me. I just enjoy getting out in the bush and enjoying nature and all that it brings. Settle down. Got all 3 dogs with me today. Like usual, unless one of them's injured, I normally bring them along. I do have another property that I've got permission on, which is up that way. I think you can go this way. It's been that long since I've driven out this way. Oh no, there it is. This is the right track. A few kangaroos out there, but I haven't seen a rabbit yet. Hoping to get here early and see them actually running into the burrows, but a few bloody kangaroos out there. Let's go and have a look first, see which burrows to do. I don't want to go be doing dead burrows. And because it's on it's not on private land, it's got access to everybody, so anybody that comes up in to do a bit of ferreting is allowed to come in here. Anyway, we'll head over the back over there. There's a few burrows in along here. Haven't seen not one rabbit. Oh, hang on. That's a kangaroo. That's another thing too, when the kangaroos run, they'll scare the rabbits in. So there'll be a few rabbits here somewhere. I just got to try and find out where. I did come out for a quick look here yesterday. And in this particular area, there is quite a few burrows. There's one where the dogs are now. There's another one a little bit further over. There's a couple just in around here. But the ones I'm looking at, there's a big burrow there. There's another one on that log there. Another one just up here. There's a bit of scratching around. Another one where the dogs are. Quite sandy, this ground. It's on a big sand mound. There's one where these logs are. I did spot a couple of smaller burrows a little bit further on yesterday. There's a bit of scratching about. A couple of burrows as we're going as well. That's a bit bigger, that burrow. If I was going to do that, I'd have to use a long net or 2, and I've only brought one with me. This is where I was hoping to see a couple out here. Not even one. I haven't seen one rabbit. There's one burrow here, but I suspect that connects, that one. There's another hole here. I'm just looking for footprints, that's all. There is a little bit of piss in that hole there, right there. There is some sort of fresh digging here. These are the type of burrows, these, like, where when the rabbits are breeding, they'll come out to it. And as you can see, it's not a real small burrow, but it's not real big either. But very deep, but easy to dig because it's all sand. I'd be surprised if there's nothing in this one. And this is about as far as they go. I might just have a quick walk up a bit further. I didn't see not one rabbit running. And see here, it's a revegetation area. And what they've done is they've put a rabbit fence up so the vegetation actually grows and the rabbits don't eat it all. Fetch them up. Go. Where's them rabbits? Go get him. Looks like an old burrow here. Pretty big one too. Didn't even know this burrow existed. But I've never come this far. That's as far as I came. This is an old burrow here. You can see where it used to be. Still one or two holes. Would have been a pretty big burrow at one stage. Beautiful morning. Not a breath of wind. Still nice and cool. Yeah, not a lot around here. It's plenty of ducks just over there. Nothing out here either. So this is just one big sand mound here. It's an old burrow just in here. Some footprints there. Goes in there. I suspect comes out there. Watch out. Yep. 2-hole burrow with a couple of footprints. Alright guys, going to go back to the car now. That's what I'm going to, I'll do a couple of burrows here. If I don't go any good, I'll go back to the other one where I know that there's rabbits in it. But I'll go back now. There's some fresh digging right there. Right there. Fresh digging right there. So I would say this burrow is probably holding at least footprints there going into the burrow. So that one's a nice small burrow too. Trouble with that burrow is it used to be really big and now it's only got a couple of entrances, so it would have a lot of dead ends. So you put your ferrets in there at your own peril. Got 2 or 3 openings and that's it. Is what the rabbits will do. They've got a lot of different passages to go down, but a lot of dead ends to hit. So you put your ferrets in and you stand a good chance of them hitting a dead end and your ferret sitting on their ass digging at them for 10 or 15 minutes. Or dragging it backwards and killing it and possibly getting blocked in behind it. You can see where all these indentations are. They're just where old burrows used to be. You can see where they used to be. So this area would have been in plague proportions at one stage. Not so much now. Another burrow here. Pretty deep one too. I'll give you a look at these burrows, how deep they are. Straight down, mate. There, and that probably connects to all of these. These sandy burrows are very deep. But there is a bit of fresh digging here. It's a big hole, that one. See here's the old burrow. Still being used. Hole there, big hole there. Probably a bolt hole or two out here. But not many on the ground, not many running around. Burrow here. When you work with your animals for a while, you begin to know their characteristics about how they mark. My dogs won't stop over a hole, but if they stop at a hole for any length of time at all, because I'm used to how they are, like this burrow here, I'm 99.9% sure that there's rabbits in there. Now all they did was stopped and looked, but on the way back they went straight back to it. Plus a couple other giveaways, I can smell the rabbits, and there's a bit of fresh digging around as well. You learn to get in sync with your dogs, and you learn each other's body languages. Now this burrow, I wouldn't even touch it. No way. There is an old favourite burrow of mine just over here I'm going to go and have a look at. And it's never let me down. I've never done it without. It's where I was yesterday with the dogs. It's never let me down, this burrow I'm going to now. Famous last words, eh? This one's been funny. I'll catch them out of it every now and again. But I don't do these often. You know, I might do these burrows here maybe once or twice a year. This particular burrow here, you see the difference in how the dogs are. It's very subtle, but I can tell. This particular burrow has never let me down. It's extremely hard to net because it's got burrows in unusual places, like under that log over here, and there was one out here somewhere as well. There stretches all the way over to here. It's big underground, that burrow. Doesn't look all that used, but it's almost like a fox den, isn't it? That's how big it is. But that particular burrow has never let me down. And when I say that, every time I've done it, something's come out of it. I don't always net it. Sometimes I come here just to give the dogs a run, ferret down and let the ferrets run. But yeah, but you can see, guys, a lot of burrows, but not many rabbits on the ground. It's still pretty early. Alright, the kangaroos ran past and could have chased them in. This burrow's definitely got rabbits. That's what the dogs are telling me. These dogs just said to me, there you go, there's rabbit footprints right there. Fresh, all fresh digging. And you see how the dogs stopped and had a really good look, and now they're picking up all the scent around here. Yeah, this particular burrow's definitely got rabbits. No question. Yeah, some dogs, they'll stop, they'll mark, and they'll just point. Cats used to do that a little bit when she was younger, but it hasn't done that for a long time. But she's subtle. More burrows here. Big burrow in there. An old burrow here. So that's a bit of a look around, guys. That's what I'm going to be up to. Look at the dog, watch. Hoo, hoo, hoo. There goes one. You struggle to catch him through those woods, mate. But you never know. No, missed it. It's coming. Where is he, Fleet? It's on a burrow. So we know there's one there. I'll go and have a bit of a look. Didn't know that burrow existed. At least we got to see one run at least. Oh, it's a big spider web. A few blocked up holes. That's where the rabbit went in, obviously. Yeah, well, I might just go grab the nets, walk straight out here, drop down a couple of purse nets. One there, one there, one there. Maybe I'll miss a couple of bolt holes, but that's okay. And the car's right there. Okay guys, get back to you soon. Little hand-picked 3-hole burrows so far. I found 3 holes for Ragnar, and we know something's at home because we did see something run in there. So it's a good little burrow for him to start off with. Easy to dig him out if he gets stuck, and he is collared up. I've collared up a couple of the ferrets. I thought there was one more hole somewhere, but I could be wrong. There it is. Didn't bring any long nets with me. It's a lot of stuff to carry. This bag's really heavy. It's got a few nets in it. Plus I did the first aid gear and all the finding gear and etc. I remember when I was a kid, we'd come out to the burrows and we'd clear them all the day before we were going to do them. Go there, not make a sound. And it does make a difference. People trying to teach me that all the time, and I tell them, look mate, I've been doing this for 50 plus years. I don't know it all, so I appreciate you trying to tell me. But the basics like that, I already know. Alright. But thanks anyway. Come on Ragnar, let's see what you think about your very first hole. So it's mid-March 2021. Ragnar, first ever burrow, and he's probably about 4.5 months old, thereabouts. And off he goes. And in my haste, when I put Ragnar in, guess what? Got a ferret finder on that's useless because it's not turned on in my haste. But that's alright, I've got another ferret there with a collar on. If he gets stuck, I'll put her down and she'll go to him. If he gets on a rabbit. There he is. Dot, 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 dot. Trouble is catching him when he comes out. He's very boisterous and playful. And you got to expect that, he's 4.5 months old. Come here, Fleet. Come here. What's wrong with your feet, mate? No prickles here, is there? No. There he is over here. Back down. That's the hole a rabbit went in. Back here. Back down. Oh, just heard a bolt. Oh no, it was him. He's flying through the burrows, mate. He was running that fast and it sounded like a rabbit bolt. Oh, there's a hole over here, is there? Yep. Dog's heard it. I've got to be careful. Gonna get another. There he is. Ragnar. Alright, let's turn your collar on now, mate. Let's try down here, buddy. Wants to play. Yeah, you'll get used to the nets, mate, don't worry. Bloody sticks. Just gotta look at him come out there. There might not be. That rabbit's definitely in here. Well, it was. Unless it's run out. Dot, 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 dot. Let's see if he goes back down. But he's working alright. First hole, he's on his own. Had a good look around. He's come out every hole so far. Well, he's having a look about anyway, let's say that. Now he likes it. Bolted back down 100 miles an hour. And what I'll do now, that I've seen that he will work on his own, is I'll put him in with an experienced ferret. Move, Fleet. When we're at home, he follows me round the garden playing. He's a real friendly ferret, Ragnar. It's still very young in the mind. And he'll stay that way until he's about a year old. Go through, mate, go through. That can be the trouble with the larger holes, like ferrets get caught up in them. Oh, let me go get another ferret, put him down with her. Yeah, he's partner in crime. This is Tess. Didn't want to follow it down, mate. Oh. There he goes. So we did see that rabbit run in here, but when we went to the car it could have come out and run somewhere else. They do that sometimes when they run in an unfamiliar burrow when they're chased in, because it's not their burrow that they're not familiar with, they can run out of them. He looks like he's going to be alright. I don't think there's anything in here. I've got my doubts whether there's anything in here. Let's keep going and have a look. For his first burrow, I'm pretty impressed. I'm happy with that. If you've got a ferret that'll go to ground and come out every hole on its very first one, you're well on the way to making something good. And he's not just following her around too, he's actually doing his own thing. Not sure about this burrow, whether it actually goes in or what happens to it. Go and have a look, girl. Doesn't go in. Yeah, well. Dot, 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 dot. Have a look over here, girl. Go back down. And that's another drawback of the bigger ferrets, they get caught in the nets. If you're doing a lot of purse netting, which I don't do too much these days, you're forever fixing up the purse nets because the bigger ferrets get caught up in them a lot more than the jewels. Ferret over there. You see a lot of times too with young ferrets, they'll stay down a lot. It's all new to them. Not all young ferrets, but usually the good ones. I remember Willow, when I first put her down, she was always last out. And she was my mainstay best ferret for a very long time. A lot of the better ferrets, they'll stay down and have a good look around. Alright. That's interesting. Here. It's another hole here. Pretty good, mate. Well done. What happened there? Take this collar off. Something going on here. I just heard something in here. Oh, got one. Geez, it took Jess a bit of convincing that rabbit to get out. Mine. That's enough. There you go. That was that rabbit that ran in. When she was taking her time, I sort of had a feeling that she was onto it. And that's another thing with young ferrets that never seen holes. They don't know what they're there for yet, and they'll walk right past the rabbits. Not right, they won't walk past them, but they won't find them. His mate there, who's done quite a bit more ferreting, a little bit more switched on, found it, bolted it. So it'll take a little while before he gets switched on, but I would imagine it won't take him long. But I'm very happy with what he did in his first hole. Here she is again. She's... There's the two. I'll get them out now. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else in there. Fleet, cut that out. I'm pretty sure. So there you go, guys, that was Ragnar's first hole, and he'll get an opportunity today to do a couple more. But from now on I'll work him with an experienced ferret, so when the ferret actually finds and kills them. But the trouble with him is he's not really trouble, but he went off on his own. Like, I put him down with the ferret before, and instead of just following her, which is a good thing, he just went off adventuring on his own, which is actually a very good thing, not just a follower. Because the weather's cooling down. Let's get rid of that stick. When she comes out, I'll put Ragnar down this hole. At the moment he's just hunting purely on instinct. What he's doing now, that's instinct in a ferret. It's some ferrets that just will not, for whatever reason, they don't like going to ground. It's rare, but I've seen it. And when they do go to ground, they plod. Ragnar was bolting between these holes, which is good. Moving about pretty quickly. So I'm pretty happy with the first hole that he did. I'm pretty happy with him. Once he gets on a couple of kills underground, or once he starts chasing a few rabbits underground, it'll be a whole different ball game with that ferret. You can tell just by his nature and his character that he'll be something. If you used him all the time, he'd be something. You can tell a mile away. There might actually be more in here. There's Tess, and she doesn't want to come out now, she wants to hunt. Both of those two, Jess and Tess, they're the mothers of the kits that you've got, Graham, and your mates. They're both really good workers, mate, I'll tell you. And she's found another burrow. I know she is. She really wants to keep going. Really good ferrets they are. I wouldn't have them if they weren't. Alright, so we're going to get Ragnar out again. Ragnar, burrow 2, take 2. Get him out. This time we'll turn his bloody tracker on. And was it a battle getting it on him, mate? He fought me all the way, but we got it on eventually. Hers is still on. I'll locate. Looks like it's on. Yep. Alright, his tracker's on. The general fighting with his mate. Alright. Alright, mate. Off you go. Off he goes. Get the general out. Put him down. General's been going good, he knows what's going on. No, they're over there now. That's a good boy. Let's just put him over here. Not sure where this goes. Oh, Rex. And off he goes. General cackling. No, no way. Cackling his head off. The general. Now they're playing, I think. Yeah. Right, I might start picking these nets up. I'm pretty convinced there's nothing else in there. There's nothing in there. Like I said, not a lot of rabbits here, but I'm pretty sure we'll get 1 or 2 more. Get back to you guys. The dogs marked this hole up, so I'm going to honour their mark with rags. He'll get rags. Ragnar. Move fleet. Move fleet. What I'll do now is I'll drop another ferret in behind him. No nets, guys, just dogs. But the dogs did mark this burrow, so we'll see. That's fresh digging there. It's actually a bit of piss there too. See that? Right there. There is a burrow here as well, so you don't know which one. Move fleet, move fleet, move fleet. There's a bolt hole over here by the look. Gee, oh, look how big it is. Shoots off down here. Oh, this burrow's bigger than I thought. Woo! Two rabbits. Hoo 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 hoo! Huh. There you go. Wait, come. Both out. Huh. Very good. A lot bigger than I thought, this burrow. They've bolted 2 out so far, which is good. Let's put them in where they come out from. Geez, there's holes everywhere. This is massive, this burrow. That's good. But they've both got collars on, so I'm not worried. Well, the dogs were right, that's for sure. Ragnar's out. And he'll tire pretty quickly, being a young ferret. I don't expect him to have as much stamina as the older ferrets that have been worked quite a bit. Piss here too. So it's good to know there's a few in the area, that's good. Pretty hard for the dogs to catch them through that sort of stuff once they've got a head start. Back down. Because this burrow's so big, I'm going to drop them all in. I want to give all the ferrets a bit of work, and it's starting to warm up already. And this burrow's a lot bigger than I thought it was, that's for sure. Thought it was just a couple of holes, but I was wrong. Hey, Rags. Ragnar. Good boy. Good boy. Ferret out. Ferret out. General. He's not ready to come out yet. Fleet's marking that hole there. Pretty big burrow in there though. Watch him zip. Yeah, she's out. General's out. Let him walk clear. Stand where he wants to run. Let's have a bit of a look here. How big is this blower? Yeah, hard in these woodlands for them to get them like that. Can't net it up, I don't have a long net, it's too many burrows and it stretches all through here. So I might just find something a little bit smaller. I might head out to the other side where I looked before. Get back to you guys. Just back at the car now. I'm just going to gut these rabbits. It's getting pretty warm. Got 2 rabbits now. Just after on that last burrow the bloody battery went flat, and I put Ragnar and Tess in. A rabbit bolted out, jumped up in the air. I missed it all on camera, I'm spewing. Jumped up in the air, just bounced off Fleet's mouth, ran about 3 steps, and Cass got a hold of it. So I'm just giving the dogs and the drink. I'm going to gut these 2 rabbits, giving the ferrets a drink, give them a little bit of a rest, and then I'm going to go out with no nets, just the dogs, and work a few burrows with the ferrets just to give Ragnar a little bit more experience. He's going really good. I'm pretty pleased with him. He's getting a bit tired now, but because he's so young, but but I'll still work him a little bit. It's not that hot. It's only probably about 20 degrees. Unfortunate that the battery went flat. It was a brilliant catch by the dogs. Anyway, I'll gut these 2 rabbits and then I'll head out again. Get back to you soon, guys. Just heading out again now, heading out the other side. As I thought, this area does hold a few rabbits, but not many. Like there's a few here, but they're not in big numbers by any stretch of the imagination. You can see, look, with the digging about, there is the odd one about. No nets, just the dogs. It's starting to warm up and I'm pressed for time, so by the time I set nets and put them down, I might get 1 burrow done. So I've got to go and pick a burrow where the dogs have got a chance of getting them, a better chance. They've got a chance on all of these, but a burrow in here. Burrows are very deep here. Anyway, I'll head out the other side. I'll pick a burrow up the top in the open a little bit, and we'll put the ferrets in. Ferrets are getting a little bit tired. I did give them a drink and something to eat, so they've had a little bit of a rest and they've had something to eat and a drink. So I'll go out the back, pick out a burrow. When I'm about to drop them in, I'll put the camera back on. Who we got in here? Okay, Ragnar, you can come out. On, locate. Definitely on. We'll try Ragnar first. On his own, he is getting a little bit tired. Off he goes. And I might get his stable made out, and or the general, whoever wants to come out first. at you here because you've got a collar on. Come on, girl. Gee, this is... So it's a bit bigger than it looks, this burrow. They all are, like, as it's sandy ground, they stretch very deep, mate. Okay, girl, off you go. Jesus, a big burrow, mate. Big burrow. Oh, look at that. Gee, she's working good. Straight back down. She would have been chasing something to get over there that fast. She's working like a trooper. There'd be something in here. For her to be working like that, she's chasing something. You can tell a mile away. Hoo, 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 hoo. We got into woods. Once they get into woods, the dog's got to slow up, so you've got to expect that. If it goes out in the open, a better chance. And the dogs are on one side and the rabbit got a fair head start on them, so you got to expect that. That's just part of dogging. Ferret right over there. 4 ferrets down. The General, Ragnar, Jess and Tess. All my young guns. They're the youngest ferrets I got. The next youngest to them is Chase and Trixie, which were a year older. Dog looked like it heard something then. Rainbow's been down a while. Oh, Ragnar, I mean. Bit of a look for him. Over here. There he is. He's right there. Oh, something going on there. Ragnar's right there and a big thumping underground. And that's where Ragnar is, right there. And that's where the thumping is, right there. If I had to guess, I'll say they're on one right there. Massive thumping. I'm not saying he's on it by himself, but he's there. Ferrets are still down, guys. A lot bigger underground than what I thought. They're over here now. They were over here before. They went in over there, and now they're over here. Well, they were. See where they are now. Right here. It wouldn't surprise me if they were on that rabbit dragging it backwards. Plate, come! Come! Here, here, here! Ragnar came out licking his chops, so that's good. I'll just turn his collar off so I can find his mate. That's it, it's off. Alright guys, change of plan. I've got the rods in the car, and yesterday I was out fishing and there's still some worms in the back, so I thought, you know what, while I'm out here I may as well shoot down to the river and throw the rods in for a little bit. The Murray River, which is a spectacular river, if you don't know it, look it up on a map, you'll see how big it is. Isn't too far from where I am right now. May as well go this way, I suppose. So yeah, I'm pretty close to the river, so I decided while I'm here I may as well go down, pick out a spot and throw the rods in. Give you a bit of a look around the bush here anyway, see what it's all about. There is a big orchard in here. All these caravans are here for when the pickers come to pick his crop. They stay in the caravans. Yeah, so it's beautiful bush out here. Plenty of bird life. They're always singing. And the river's magnificent out here, it really is. There's a couple of different ways you can go here, but I'll go this way, around to the left. From where I was ferreting, the river's about, you'll see, probably about 3 or 4 minute drive, if that. You can go that way, which is where I'll go in a second. You can go round to the right here, but I'm going to go round to the left. I know a couple of spots out here, and the river's right here, you'll see it in a second. So yeah, a little bit of a change in plan, but not a bad change in plan. Little houseboat going up the river there. A lot of people come camping down this way for these hills. They bring their motorbikes and they do a bit of riding around here. It's not holiday season now, that's usually in holiday season. Yesterday I fished just out here. I had a little bit of a look up further. There's another camp spot around the corner here. Actually no, that's where I fished yesterday. And look at that, I left my rod stands and they're still there. So that's telling me something. I'm just going to fish here, my rod stands are already there. So lucky I came back because I didn't know that I'd left them. There you go, mate. There's my rod stands from yesterday. Alright guys, going to throw the rods in here. A few people fishing. He's trawling. A couple of houseboats. Beautiful spot to fish anyway. Go get a drink. Go on. Go get a drink. I'll give the dogs a swim first. Here, look, Cass. Oh, look. Look. Go on. Ready? You ready? Cass. Get him. Go. Get him. There you go. Cass. Whoo. Go. She's normally, good girl, Zip. She's normally the first one swimming. Good girl, Zip. You get any fish? Any fish? Alright, rods are in the water. There's another few people fishing today. It is pretty popular, this stretch of the river. It's not too far from Torrumbury Weir. This isn't far from Graham, from that spot I told you about, but it's a little bit further that way, the spot I told you about. But it's the same sort of stretch of river. But you seem to get a bit more yellow belly a little bit closer to the weir, that I've found anyway. But don't get me wrong, like you can catch them anywhere. I mean, I catch them in Echuca itself. So, but we do get a lot of big ones out in that area. So, rods are in the water. I mean, with a chance. A little bit of cover here, a few reeds there. Big stretch, little bit of a point. So we're in with a shot. And what better thing to be doing than standing by the river, listening to the birds, waiting for the fish to bite. Life just doesn't get any better. Enjoy, guys. Bye bye for now. Okay guys, I'm back at home now. Bit of a recap of the day. We did have some issues with the camera batteries today. A lot of the footage I didn't get on camera. We only got 2 rabbits, but we bolted 6 total. Ragnar actually worked really well. I'm pretty happy with his performance. I couldn't have asked better for his first time out. They did catch a couple underground and he was party to that. So all in all, a very good day. Didn't get any fish, but they're always a bonus. Sitting down on the river like really this time of year is really good. I love it. The weather's fantastic this time of year. So all in all, pretty good day. Very happy with Ragnar, and he'll only steadily improve from now. That's a gimme. Given his attitude and the way that he worked, he's only going to go from strength to strength. I'll give him a little bit of a rest now. Probably give him probably a week off, and then I'll take him out again, just to let him mull over in his mind about his outing, and give him a little bit of a chance to refresh himself. Still looking a little bit tired at the moment. Alright guys, whatever you're doing in life, make sure you enjoy. Bye bye for now.